Hi friends, it is Laura Fudd, and I want to do a video today sharing my ritual that I have. I guess you could call it an anti-aging ritual, but I would much rather use verbiage that is positive. So I like to call this my Pro-Collagen ritual. So I had a request on YouTube from people that I would share more of my self-massage and my self rituals, and so I figured that this would be a really great way to kind of share a little bit about what I like to do to keep my skin young and healthy and vibrant, and kind of just explain a little bit that way. So my face is clean. I just did a makeup removal and a little cleanse, and I'm going to actually start with my exfoliation. So I want to show this technique. It is technically a French technique because I don't know, the French figured it out faster. It's called gommage, and I am taking a little bit of our skin polish. This is a lemon and jojoba bead scrub, and I'm going to be applying it all over my décolleté. I'm doing a really thin layer because my goal is to kind of do less is more. I'm also focusing on my neck. And then I'm going to put some on my face. And with this, I want it to set a little bit. So I want it to get a little tacky and a little gummy. So if you look at my hand, you can see these beads here. It might not be as easy to see on my facial skin. So I'm also going to do the back of my neck, because I don't want that to look too different from the rest of my body anyway. Okay, so my goal with this first step, which is a exfoliation scrub, is to, one, remove the dead skin from the surface, but to also engage the parasympathetic nervous system, relax my muscles, relax myself, and start to start the process of increasing circulation. So right now I'm going to be doing long strokes across my décolleté. I am working on lifting the muscles here. I'm getting the pectoralis muscles, and I am just massaging back and forth. This is kind of the technique that I do in facials, where I take a lot of time to make sure I manipulate the product and do that gommage technique, which is the rolling technique. It's like a rolling off the dead skin. And when I do this for you, it feels a lot more methodical. And most of the time people don't have the patience to do this on themselves. But here I am. So I'm doing the gommage technique across my décolleté. And I'm already starting to roll off some of the dead skin. My skin's starting to look a little pink. Feels a little warm. But that's how I know that the product is that's how I know that the technique is increasing circulation. So now I'm going to move up to my neck. So when we work on the neck, you want to do upward motions. And I'm using like the entirety of my hand, and I'm leading and lifting. So I've had these lines on my neck ever since I was a kid. Like, they literally coincide with like the fat rolls I had as an infant. And it's like they're gonna stay. So it's not too much I can do about them. But I'm still going to exfoliate and lift. This is also great for reducing like the jowls and preventing that. They ever wonder why old men don't tend to have as saggy necks as older women do? It's because the men spend their time stretching when they shave. So that natural motion of this stretching and lifting can prevent that sign of aging. So I am exfoliating and lifting and massaging my neck. Okay, so now I'm going to go through and do my facial massage. Once again, I'm doing upward motions. Hand over hand is a great technique to keep the muscles lifted. And then, of course, spending time on the areas that have more buildup, dead skin. I wish I did this more frequently for myself, but at least now I have an excuse to do it to show other people. So, this is, like I said before, this is our skin polish. It's lemon and jojoba bead. It smells amazing. And I love that it moisturizes as it exfoliates. Honestly, if I really wanted to just stick with this one product, it does so much. I say that this is one of my hero products. The skin polish is one of my favorite products to recommend. As an esthetician, I'm confident that my clients will be able to use it well and that they will see results. They will see improved texture of their skin. They'll see improved moisture in their skin, and they won't abuse it. They won't be able to over exfoliate, because that's a pretty big concern as an esthetician, is making sure that my clients don't go home and over exfoliate. So that's why I love the skin polish so much. So on my forehead, I am working to kind of push the product together as I'm massaging and doing the lifting. And even when I'm coming down, I'm actually doing a really light pressure on the way down, and then I'm increasing the pressure on the way up. So even though you see me doing circles, I naturally know to lighten the pressure on the downward stroke and then increase the pressure on the way up. I've been doing facial massage for like 9 years now, and it is definitely something that's second nature now to me. So I have a lot of dead skin coming off now. I'm gonna kind of sweep off the debris. My skin feels so good. It feels awake, and I've got a nice little glow happening, so I love that. By the way, I have like a bra and a tank top on. I just thought I would let people know that I'm not sitting here naked. So, okay. I am going to grab a warm washcloth to help me remove the rest of this. Because for the next step, I'd like to not have any particles if I can. Feels so good. I've been meaning to do this. So it was kind of fortunate that somebody asked me. Okay, so from here, I'm actually going to use our new Dew Confidence oil. It is a body treatment oil. It has rosemary, hazelnut, and some spearmint or like wintergreen. So it has a little bit of natural occurring salicylic acid, which is increasing. It's going to help to increase skin cell turnover, and this really firms the skin. A lot of people have had phenomenal results with some before and afters. I can probably post those in the comments. And of like lifting and tightening the skin. I have seen results on my own body. For me, it's been my hips and my torso where I had a lot of stretch marks, and unfortunately I didn't get good before pictures because I didn't realize that that's where I was going to see results. So I will be comparing my stomach is where I did take my before picture. So I will be comparing that one soon. So right now I'm using the Dew Confidence oil. I love how it feels a little tingly. It's nice and thick. And this is designed to use in the shower. I will be designing a body treatment for this product, but I have a dry room, so my spa room here does not have a shower, so it's considered a dry room. But I am able to use a lot of hot towels and other ways to remove the product. So I like to still incorporate this in my services because it has such firming and lifting qualities, and it smells so good too. So I'm not gonna let not having a shower stop me from sharing this awesomeness with people. So once again, I'm going to be performing a lifting and rolling on my neck. And what I like to tell people is be extra. Like, don't be like, okay, I'm gonna do this kind of conservatively. No, be extra with your movements. Like, really lift and massage, because that's how you're going to be able to see the results, is that you're actually working with your sternocleidomastoideus and the platysma and all these muscles and the skin to really work with them. So I'm going to even use this on my face. Because this has some of the wintergreen, we don't recommend to use around the eyes. So I would be really cautious if you wanted to use it on your face to make sure you don't use it around the eyes. But I love this lip. And I love how it feels. So a lot of times this repetitive motion, I am hooking my thumb under my mandible and I am pulling it all the way back along my jaw. This is going to be really detoxifying actually, because it has a lymphatic work, but it's also lifting and tightening that jowl area. So I feel like I should be like doing a duck call or something right now. So I'm going to work more. So I'm gonna I kind of have these 11s starting. Raise your hand if you heard of these lines. They're called 11s. So one of my favorite ways to kind of work against the fine lines is that you kind of squish the collagen and elastin back together. So when our collagen and elastin break down, it's actually like a weaving of these fibers in our skin. And when they break down, it's typically because they haven't been reminded what they need to do. They haven't been woken up. They haven't been nourished by product. Or they haven't had enough, hi Heidi, they haven't had enough love. So when we can when we can massage and incorporate the collagen and elastin by massaging against the fine line, like kind of almost squishing it together, that's a great way to encourage the collagen and elastin to get back in the game. So especially because I'm using the Dew Confidence for my facial massage, it's going to really get deep and encourage the movement of that collagen and elastin to come back together. Same things on the forehead. If the forehead lines go like this, I actually want to squish the opposite way. So you can do it in a couple different ways. But when we lift the skin from the structure, we are re-engaging that muscle, we are re-engaging the layers of the skin, and we remind our skin and our collagen and our elastin what to do. So it doesn't have to look pretty. It doesn't have to make sense. But when we show our skin this love, it's like a workout for our skin. It can go so far. Okay. So right now my skin feels really warm. I've got some pinkness in the cheeks. That's a good sign that there's been increased circulation. My skin feels, it has an oil on it, so it wouldn't, like, that would be why it is, glowy. So I'm gonna take another one of my towels and then remove it. So I love that our Dew Confidence oil, it's so thick that often you have the benefits and the moisture afterward. On the face it might be a little more intense than you might be used to. So I wouldn't put this on the face and then decide that you're going to put on a full face of makeup. It's possible that the oil from the Dew Confidence oil could mix incorrectly with your makeup. But if you were perhaps to do this as a part of your nighttime routine and then go to sleep, your skin would love to have that moisture overnight for it to really soak in and benefit. So, alright. So that was basically half of a facial where I exfoliated and massaged and then treated my skin with our Dew Confidence oil with more massage and a lot of lymphatic work and using the muscles. So the next step I'm going to do is some of our Sotox, which is our anti-aging serum, and I'm going to add a 1 drop wonder, which is pure pomifera oil, I don't know how to say it, and I'm going to emulsify. It's important to emulsify your moisturizers and your serums because this way it allows the products to start working and activates the products, and then when we put them in our skin, it's working. Okay, so now that I have that on, I'm actually going to do a demonstration with my Jade Gua Sha tool. So this is another technique and another tool that I have that I use during facials that you can use at home that is going to help lift and encourage the collagen and elastin in the skin. So Jade is known to be really cooling to the skin and calming, whereas a rose quartz one would have different properties. They often say that the rose quartz is good for anti-aging. So this one I'm not as good as on myself. I tend to have better rhythm and flow when I'm using a gua sha tool on a client. But I love how this has so many different shapes and sizes, so you can use it in different ways. So like when we're doing it down here, it's doing that same lifting that I was when I was using my thumbs. And we can even use this for the 11s too, to really use a different leverage and energy behind the work. So this feels nice and cooling on my skin. And I had just applied my Sotox and the 1 Drop Wonder as my anti-aging serums. Feels really good. So then, now that I have got everything in my skin nicely absorbed, I'm going to finish with my moisturizer or skin therapy. So this is a pomegranate and oat moisturizer. I love that it is so thick. So even though it's in like a pump, it reminds me a lot of really thicker moisturizers that would come in like a little jar. So once again, I'm still applying upward. I'm being so extra because that's how you gotta be if you want to make every little move with your hands worthwhile. I'm going to do the lifting and the rolling. La la la. So yeah. Now I am all glowy. I am going to be 31 next month. And I feel like my skin is actually still quite youthful. I've been using great product since I was 19. So, been really fortunate to have early intervention. So, where's my eye serum? Oh, there it is. Give me 1 second. Ha ha ha. So, our eye serum has a little ceramic tip, and I'm going to put a little drop down. And I like to grab just the tip and put a couple dots and then glide under. This has hibiscus in it, and I have found that it is one of the few eye serums or eye creams out there that I've really seen a result. I've really seen change in myself and in my clients. And that makes it really satisfying to be able to see an immediate change, but also that over time people have had such amazing results. So I'm going to use the rest of it on here to actually, once again, do some of the anti-aging stuff on the 11s. I feel like sometimes I'm getting them a little bit around my mouth. So I might as well, you know, got some product. Might as well love on the rest of my face. So, I hope that was helpful. I feel so fresh. I might put some mascara on and some chapstick, but otherwise I'm gonna let my skin be so happy that I just took the time to give myself a mini facial. And if you are local to me in the Ann Arbor or Milan area, I would love to see you for a facial. But if not, if you need some recommendations with product, I would love to guide you into being able to recreate this experience for yourself at home. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about my ritual, and hopefully it inspires you to incorporate some skincare rituals in your life that can help to benefit not just your skin, but your lymphatic system, benefit your stress level, enjoy the aromatherapy of it all. It's a really beautiful thing, and I love to encourage people to do that too. So thanks for watching, friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye.